These are all the One Piece characters who have either seen or directly encountered Imu, the mysterious ruler of the world who has remained hidden for hundreds of years. In today's video, we'll uncover how each of them ended up face to face with this elusive figure and the shocking circumstances that led to these rare encounters. First on the list are the Five Elders, the supreme leaders of the world government, feared and respected across the seas. To the public, they appear to be the highest authority, but the truth is far more disturbing. They serve someone far above them, Imu, the true ruler of the world. Unlike anyone else, the Five Elders have stood in Imu's presence, spoken to him directly, and carried out his secret orders without hesitation. They are not just politicians, they are his shield, his sword, and the guardians of his existence. When Imu decides, they act, whether it means erasing a kingdom from history, silencing those who learn too much, or unleashing the full force of the world government. For centuries, they have been the link between Imu and the outside world, ensuring that his identity remains the greatest secret in all of One Piece. Next is Nefertari Cobra, the former king of Alabasta. Unlike the Five Elders, Cobra had no idea that someone stood above them until the fateful Leveille. Curious and suspicious, he used the rare opportunity to question the Five Elders about the ancient history, the mysterious Will of D, and the truth about Queen Lily, his own ancestor. At first, the room was silent. Then, in the shadows, Imu appeared. For the first time in centuries, a ruler of the Nefertari bloodline stood before the hidden sovereign of the world. Cobra's questions had crossed a forbidden line, and Imu's cold, merciless gaze was the answer. Without hesitation, Imu moved, striking Cobra with a sudden and lethal attack. In an instant, his life was taken, silencing the secrets he had dared to uncover. But Cobra wasn't alone in that room. Hidden in the shadows was Sabo, the Flame Emperor, who had infiltrated Pangaea Castle on a mission. He listened in silence as Cobra questioned the Five Elders about the ancient history, the Will of D, and Queen Lily. Then it happened. From the darkness, Imu stepped forward, their bodies shifting into a monstrous, otherworldly form unlike anything Sabo had ever seen. The air turned heavy, the ground seemed to tremble, and before Sabo could react, Imu struck Cobra with a deadly blow. In that instant, Sabo burst from hiding, flames roaring as he tried to save the king. Imu turned their gaze on him, unleashing an attack so fast and overwhelming that Sabo barely had time to defend. The sheer force sent him crashing to the ground, blood spilling from his wounds. Badly injured but refusing to give up, Sabo fought desperately, using every ounce of his strength to create an opening. He managed to escape the throne room, but he couldn't save Cobra. The image of Imu's terrifying form and Cobra's final moments would haunt him forever. As the whole incident was unfolding inside the Room of Authority, Wapol was also there, hidden in the shadows of Pangaea Castle. By chance, he discovered a small hole in the wall and, driven by curiosity, decided to take a peek. The moment his eye met the scene inside, his blood ran cold. He saw the Five Elders standing in the presence of a towering, monstrous figure, Imu, the true ruler of the world, a being no one was supposed to know existed. He watched in disbelief as Cobra was mercilessly struck down. The atmosphere inside the room so heavy it felt suffocating even from where he hid. Wapol's hands trembled, his heart pounded, and every instinct screamed at him to run. Realizing that simply witnessing this could mean his death, he ran away from the hole and fled the castle, desperate to erase the terrifying image from his mind. Next are Ivankov and Dragon, who has not seen Imu but got to know his existence through Sahbo. After returning from Mary Joaz, Sahbo met with Dragon and Ivankov to report what had happened during his mission. There, he revealed the entire incident that had occurred, clearing his name from the false accusation of killing King Cobra and explaining the truth behind the events. In doing so, Sabo also told them about Imu, the hidden sovereign of the world. Hearing this, Dragon became deeply curious, realizing this shadowy figure could be the key to understanding the world government's true nature, while Ivankov was left stunned, struggling to process the idea that someone even above the Five Elders existed. With this revelation, they became part of a very small group of people who knew of Imu's existence, a secret so dangerous that even speaking the name could put their lives at risk. Next we have Gunkko, one of the elite holy knights, and one of the very few people in the world who knows about Imu's existence. In the manga, she has quickly become one of the most mysterious characters, largely because we have seen her directly inside the Room of Authority alongside Imu, acting as his close subordinate. Among all of Imu's forces, Gunkko appears to hold a special position, as she is often the only one present with him when he is seen giving orders. Her unwavering presence by his side suggests a level of trust and importance far beyond that of other holy knights. In Chapter 1155, her presence with Imu was once again confirmed, reinforcing her role as his personal enforcer and confidant. confidant. It was also revealed that Imu personally took control of Gunkko during the events in Elbaf, a move that not only displayed her value to him, but also hinted at the immense power and influence she holds as one of his most trusted agents. While the full extent of her abilities remains unknown, her loyalty to Imu and her proximity to his secrets make her one of the most dangerous and enigmatic figures in the current storyline. Now we have one of the most legendary and feared figures in One Piece history, Rox D. Zebek. In Chapter 1155, he was seen speaking directly with Imu, a meeting no fan ever expected. Inside the flower room, there were only 3 individuals, Zebek, Gunkko, and Imu. This scene shocked the entire One Piece community, as the flower room is the most heavily guarded and secretive place in the world, and yet Rox managed to enter it freely. Even more astonishing was his attitude. He showed no fear or respect toward Imu, speaking as an equal. During their conversation, Imu told Rox that this incident would be the first and last of its kind, implying that such an intrusion would never be allowed to happen again. He boldly declared that he would return, implying unfinished business with the world government at the highest level. This was the first time in history we've seen someone not only enter the flower room but also leave it unharmed and without hesitation. Next, we have characters who might potentially know about Imu's existence. These include Vivy, the Princess of Alabasta, Morgans, the cunning head of the World Economic Journal who controls what the world reads and hears, and Figurland Garling, who is now currently one of the 5 Gorosei. This theory begins during the events when Wapol escaped from the Holy Land. At the same time, Vivy also fled, and the two ended up on Morgan's flying ship. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Wapol had just witnessed something in Mary Joyce that left him terrified. It's highly possible that during their escape, he revealed to both Vivy and Morgans the existence of Imu, the mysterious ruler hidden from the eyes of the world. This single moment could have made them part of the very few people alive who know the truth about the one sitting at the true throne of power. Then we have Figurland Garling, once the formidable leader of the Holy Knights. But everything changed after Imu stripped Saturn of his immortality. In a shocking turn of events, Garling was appointed as Saturn's replacement among the Gorosei. And here's the key point. Every single Gorosei member is aware of Imu's existence, which means, as a newly appointed Gorosei, Figurland Garling would undoubtedly know the truth about the shadowy sovereign who secretly rules the world. What makes Garling's case even more chilling is that when he was appointed, none of the other Gorosei were aware at first, meaning his earliest instructions came directly from Imu themselves. And before we wrap up, there's one last group who might hold the key to the world's greatest secret, the crew that made it to Laugh-Tale. When the Roger pirates finally reached that mysterious final island, they uncovered far more than treasure. They unlocked the lost history of the Void Century, discovered the truth behind the ancient kingdom, and learned the real story etched into the poneglyphs scattered across the world. Most importantly, they may have come face to face with the existence of Imu, the shadowy figure who quietly pulls the strings from behind the world government. Every member of that legendary crew, except for Buggy and Shanks, was present to witness these revelations. They now carry knowledge that could upend the world's understanding of power and history. So, what do you think the reactions of the One Piece characters would be if they discovered the existence of Imu? How would they respond? And what actions might they take to confront or survive this mysterious ruler? Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more One Piece breakdowns.